Okay, these are shark antennas. I got the standard 5-band unit, starting from 10 meters to 75 meters. Yep. Okay, the reason I got these is to use it for indoor use, well hidden, not obvious, and plus I'm hoping that they will work a little bit better than the wolf coils that I'm using currently right now. The reason why I'm thinking that way is because if you look carefully, there's a long spacing with the coil to give it the physical length of the band that you want to work, and towards the tip it's wound a little bit tighter, a little bit more. There's I don't know, arguments if you want to call it, or opinions, where the pattern, angle, radiation, things of that sort, works better when the coil is in the middle or in the top in comparison to that of the bottom, like the wolf coil. There's a difference, I guess, in the Q quality. So I figured, well, I'm going to compare and find out, see how well it works. And if it would be suitable for mobile use. If I was to use this strictly for mobile use and leave it on, I would recommend the Mini. These might be just too tall, and I'm not sure just how strong they are. So if anyone had experience using it, please let me know. We have different mounts. You can switch this around for vertical pull or horizontal pull. It's just a matter of switching it over. And of course I switch the bolts around like this. Oops. I guess I should bring this up. Yeah, you can mount this vertical or horizontal just by changing the brackets around. I also switch the bolts, so this way there's complete clearance to put your coax connector on. And for my counterpoise ground plane, I can actually mount it on all four of them. From the 10 meters and all the way up to 20 meters, the bandwidth is fantastic, no problem. It gets, of course, a little bit smaller with the 40 and 75 meters and anything in between there. Though I found if I increase the ground plane using my Faraday blanket, like double it or triple it in size, it does increase the bandwidth a little bit. And also, at the same time, I use 32 feet of radios, speaker wires. So you can improve it by increasing it. Once I go over 20 meters, what I'm currently using requires an increase. So that's roughly. You get a chart. It'll give you the dimensions by default, which I kind of marked. And as you can see, depending on the installation, I had to kind of make the adjustments. So all these matched. Now let me show you what I'm going to be comparing with and the way it's mounted. The way you see it is the way I was testing it. Had no problem with standing wave ratio. And also I'll show how well it worked. Mind you, if I was to spread my Faraday blanket, put it outside, it'll make a big difference. And it fits no problem. This is the 20 meter band. Wolf there, okay. Put aside. I unscrew it and switch out the antennas. This is set up for 20 meters. I extended maximum length. I do have a stainless steel whip that can go 17 feet, so it'll be a quarter wave for 20 meters. Actually, it should outperform both scenarios. But you can't put a 17-footer inside. What's nice about these antennas, they're very easy to mount. They're the 3/8 24 thread. You can, for example, mount it on a mag mount. I have the triple one. You can use a ground rod, drive it in the ground, or you can attach it to your ladder on an RV, or if you have a pole for remote work. And of course, those 4 screws there on the bracket are great to attaching your counterpoise or your ground radios. And you can even put down a screen or a Faraday blanket. It all depends what your need is. Okay, let me demonstrate how it works. Okay, I'm using SDR control. I do have a few other ones like WSJTX. It works. It's just the interface is different. I find this to be more user-friendly. It's up you can get used to it. What's nice about using FT8 is for testing. I'm going to test antennas, how well they perform, but you need to contact people. Difficult contacting people by voice all over the world. With FT8, I get the signal strength in decibels. A minus figure would tell me it's below noise. So minus 20, no problem, working stations. And if, of course, the minus 20 is like a 5 or 8, obviously a very strong signal. So I can make a connection. I can get a report, like for example, on this log here that I have. It gives me the various signal strengths, right? And you can see I've worked Japan, Alaska. It varies, depends on the propagation where it works. So it's a good reference for me to determine how well my antenna is working. Let me just turn up the volume a little bit. I'll use the control on this. Oops, I'm transmitting right now. There you go. Let's see what happens here. Okay. What? See the difference when I switch? It's hard to accurately test because propagations can switch within seconds, so it's something you have to do over a period of time. And this is what I've been noticing, the difference between the Shark antenna, the 20-meter one, and that of the Wolf coil. I've noticed occasionally it's stronger, if not about the same. However, for contact, I found I had less attempts making a contact than I did over the Wolf coil. Close, but enough to increase the amount of contacts, and plus the readings I'm getting when I compare is a little bit better. So the worst scenario, I can say it's equal. The advantage of using the Shark antenna would be Yeah, let me turn the volume down. Would be the simplicity. It's quicker to switch antennas than to readjust your coil. Yeah, you can mark it, but after a while you get too many marks, especially when you use a different environment. And it's nice to be able to just connect and play and not have to fool around too much with switching antennas. They do have a system where you can switch antennas, have quick disconnects, things of that sort. The only negative thing I am concerned about is for use mobile. In other words, you mount it on your vehicle, truck, on a roof, maybe too high. The wind, the speed of your vehicle, I'm not sure just how strong it would be. If you want to use it for mobile, I would strongly recommend that you go for the mini, the smaller size. I'm still testing some other antennas. So for portable use, for for portable use and indoor use, for those who are apartment dwellers, you want to get on, it works. You may not work as many stations as having an outside antenna, but it gives you some activity. So you have to decide what's best for you. So can I recommend the Shark? I think almost any mono antenna will be adequate. So I would look for antenna that probably will last or can handle the high winds. So anyone who has a Shark antenna, I just got connected, and it's giving me a -10, and let's find out what type of signal I'm getting in a minute. I know it's saying a +1. Be interesting. Let's complete the connection. Oops. Okay, signal strength dropped a little bit. Depends. If there's a lot of activity on the band, sometimes it requires a couple of tries to complete a QSO. Yep, there we go, 73s. And according to the report, I sent a -8 and received a +1. When I was on the Wolf coil, most of the time it was like 15 and up. So it seemed to make a difference. But it would require a longer period of testing. So hopefully this gives you an idea if you're looking for something that you can use indoors. Have a nice day. Oh, and don't forget, please subscribe, thumbs up. Otherwise, they keep lowering my stats for some reason. Take care.